Good day there once again, viewers. This is your mate Kamikaze78 here, coming to you guys with some more World of Warships content. Today, my friends, I'm bringing you some gameplay of the Cossack, playing the Epicenter game mode on the map Trident. Now, for all of those who are unaware, the Cossack is a Tier 7 British premium destroyer currently in its testing period on the live servers available to super testers and community contributors. I must say, guys, that before we get into this gameplay, that this is still a work in progress ship and not available to the public, so any stats that we discuss in this video, as well as any degree of gameplay that you're seeing here, might not be representative of the final product when it hits a store near you. So do keep that in mind, guys, as you're watching this video, that some stats are subject to change, but this is pretty much going to be the overall design of the ship, so only minor stat changes should occur, but you never really know. On that note, let's quickly talk about some of the stats before the battle commences. Her primary gun armament consists of 3x2 120mm guns with an 11.89 kilometer range and a 5-second reload time. She also features a traverse speed of 10 degrees per second, which isn't too bad on a destroyer. Now, I know that there is a lot of destroyer captains out there who will argue that a primary armament on a destroyer isn't its guns, it's its torpedoes. That is not the case here with the Cossack. She features only one set of 4 center-mounted torpedoes with a 10-kilometer range. So, yeah, you got to make sure you hit what you shoot when it comes to these torpedoes. There is not a lot of forgiveness available there. Now, the torpedoes do feature a max damage of 15,867, and the torpedo speed is 61 knots. So, they're not average torpedoes, there's just not a lot of them. And considering they also have a reload speed of 96 seconds, it does make for very much a quality over quantity sort of persona here with these torpedoes. Her maneuverability is also quite strong, coming with a speed of 36 knots when sailing in a straight line, a turning circle radius of 610 meters, and a rudder shift time of 3.6 seconds, making her very zippy, and she also features a concealment of 6.84 kilometers by sea and 3.9 kilometers by air by default. So she's actually not that bad a ship here. She's quite a stealthy and maneuverable little gunboat here. Stealth is a huge factor of the British lines that we've seen so far, and it follows suit here with the Cossack. I will waste no time in emphasizing, though, that this is very much a gunboat. Her torpedo armament is just simply not powerful enough and not numerous enough to be relied on for the entirety of a match. You do need to get bold here with the guns, and that's how you're going to score the majority of your damage here. With that said, though, this ship falls very much into a love-hate relationship for me, because despite her being a gunboat, she features some of the most infuriating features I think you could throw on a destroyer gunboat in the game right now. One of those infuriating features is her incredibly high shell arc at long ranges. You're seeing that in full force here as I'm trying to engage this Algieri. Because of this very high shell arc, as you can see, my shells are arcing incredibly high and are moving incredibly slow at such high arcs, to the point where it's actually incredibly difficult for me to effectively leave my target, to the point where there's actually no point in engaging the target anymore. I'm better off switching targets entirely and trying to find someone new to shoot at who's within my effective range. So as a result, anything beyond the 8-kilometer range, you may as well just not shoot at with this ship, which kind of puts her 11.9 kilometer range to waste. In fact, the only reason I could see you shooting at a ship with this range is a battleship that's moving incredibly slow. And mind you, at the Tier 7 to Tier 5 bracket, which is the bracket you'll be seeing yourself in with this ship, most of the time there are battleships that move incredibly slow at these tiers. So that 11.9 kilometer range is where you'll be sort of shelling battleships the most. Anyway, her high shell arc is incredibly annoying. Her horrid gun displacement is also one of her big letdowns here. Her gun displacement means that, based on how her guns are placed on the body of the ship, it's incredibly difficult to get all 3 guns onto target at once. In fact, in order to do such things, you're going to have to be broadsided entirely in order to do it reliably, which is an absolute pain in the ass. Like, it really does hamper your torpedo dodging ability and your maneuverability when it comes to, you know, outclassing enemy destroyers. So, as a result, for the most time, you're only going to be seeing 2 guns on a target max at any given point in time, and because of that, you're better off nosing into the majority of your targets. Really committing. Whenever you go for an assault on an enemy destroyer or cruiser or battleship if you have to, you're better off nosing into your target as best you can, as this gives you the most amount of protection on your ship, but it also gives you the most amount of firepower to make use of as well. So as you can see, we're making use of the torpedoes here. I don't know what this enemy Aoba was doing. He was kind of just sitting still, doing absolutely nothing. So I figured, you know what, we're going to try and get behind the island here and shell him over the cover of the hill. Little do I know that there's actually a destroyer to my front. So as a result, he's spotting me out while I'm shelling the hell out of this Aoba. And someone just pretty much devastating striked him out of the map there with a good, well-placed battleship artillery blast. But because we had him on fire, we're actually going to get the first kill here. And that's the way I've spec'd out this ship here with her commander. You would have seen on the commander skills earlier that I had displayed. I was really much a fan of putting Demolition Expert on this ship because her gun penetration is not that great, even when you put on IFHE rounds. So as a result, I actually found it best to improve the fire chance of this ship over improving the penetration. So that's something to keep in mind there as well. We're going to get a nice sneaky cap on the center of the map here, which is going to put our team also in a really, really good position here. And again, the stealth of this ship is absolutely insane. It's actually, this ship is actually very much capable of spotting out enemy destroyers that are in the tier 7 range before they spot this ship. Its concealment is off the chart. As you can see, I'm able to engage this Akatsuki before he's even had time to line me up. And basically go to town on him before, you know, he's even got a chance to get his guns onto bear. Meanwhile, I've had a chance to position myself and get all 3 guns onto target. Now, I know that there's now 2 destroyers in play, so it's time that I accept defeat, if you will. Or not really defeat, just accept a slight retreat here and pop smoke. Now, popping smoke versus 2 destroyers, a bit risky because they could just start launching torpedoes into my smoke. However, this is what makes this ship an incredibly decent destroyer hunter and an incredibly decent counter-destroyer ship. It's a hydroacoustic search. I don't think I've ever seen another destroyer, at least at this tier range, that features hydroacoustic search, meaning that dodging enemy torps is going to be incredibly easy when you're sitting in smoke. I really don't know what that Janway was thinking, shooting deep water torpedoes at a destroyer. Don't know what he was planning on getting out of that, but you know, at the end of the day, it was an admirable effort. And once again, seeing this hydroacoustic search come into play here, guys, I'm able to spot out these torpedoes before they're even close to me from the Akatsuki, and thus I'm able to make sure that I'm not going to put myself out of position here and see myself get absolutely wrecked by said torpedoes. Really, really powerful element here of this ship. Now, I know that the Miyogi's making his way through the headland here, so as a result, we're going to start looking at getting some rounds on target. And once again, seeing that hydroacoustic search coming into play here, we spot out the Akatsuki. He was looking at doing a charge onto my position, but again, our hydroacoustics basically scared him off and ensured that he wasn't going to try and poke our smoke. Once again, we're also able to spot out the torps coming in from that Miyoko, and again, more deep water torps coming in from the from the Janway. I don't know what he's thinking, but I know he's out that way now, and I know my torps, my smoke's about to dissipate, so I need to get moving. I've got a destroyer to my, I got a destroyer to my left, 2 destroyers to my left, and I've also got a cruiser to my right. It's time to load the AP, and what I will say about the AP on this ship is that it's actually incredibly effective against cruisers that are broadsiding you at close range. Don't even bother using it on a ship that's even slightly angled. In fact, even now I'm starting to really push my luck here. And it's probably time to start switching out to HE, even though I'm being a little bit arrogant here and continuing to shoot AP. Thankfully, my team are on the ball and knocking that guy straight out of the game as fast as they can. But she's actually quite effective at using AP against cruisers at close range. And how about this, guys, for a close dodge? Matrix drifting time! Oh my god, you couldn't have gotten closer. Buddy, Valentine's Day was last week. If you want to get close for a kiss, you missed your opportunity. Anyway, now you're going to see the destroyer hunting capabilities of the ship. The gun rotation speed is quick enough to get straight back onto target, and as you can see, we're scoring massive hits per salvo here, and it's going to put this Akatsuki straight into the bottom of the ocean incredibly quickly. She is a very, very effective gunboat here, guys, something I cannot understate here. She's quite effective at close quarters brawling against destroyers. Combine that with a hydroacoustic surge, and she's actually an incredibly effective destroyer hunter. I feel as though that's where the niche of this ship exists, in hunting out destroyers effectively and dealing with the enemy team's destroyers and making a safe passage for battleships. You're also seeing the use of the high arc put to good use here. As you can see, I'm sitting just in that sweet spot, you know, within the 7 to 8 kilometer range here, where the high arc shells aren't moving too slowly, but I can get them over islands and can start shelling enemy ships without too much issue. Once again, I did complain about the high arc shells earlier, but they do have a purpose when dealing with islands such as this one. So they can have their purpose, but even then, at longer ranges, they can be even more annoying. Now, as you see, guys, I just fired off some blind torps there because I knew that the Janwei was coming around that way. And I knew he was also maintaining course. He's not detected right now, so he has no reason to believe that there are torps coming his way. Until in just a moment here, he's gone. Just the cheekiest torp kill I had all game. We also set a fire on the King George here. We're in smoke. We're in total cover here. Even if you wanted to try and blind fire us, we've got the island protecting us. I am getting a lot of hits on the island here with my main battery. But at the end of the day, it's not the worst thing that could happen. We're just shelling the absolute hell out of the ship. Getting another fire set on him now, so he's burning hardcore. Really not having a fun time. And as a result, we're going to net ourselves the 4th kill for the game here, just off of burning damage. In fact, I think we actually get a penetrating kill on that guy. Now, this is also incredibly cheeky of me. I see this enemy Kirov here, and figured to myself, you know what? I'd love that kill. We're just going to go ahead and get a fire on board, and let's go for one more hit on him like so, and he's gone, and that is the end of the game right there, guys. So, things to take away from this ship. She's an excellent torpedo, she's an excellent destroyer hunter, especially a torpedo destroyer hunter. She's fantastic at when it comes to concealment, and she's also got that hydroacoustic search, giving her team a lot of early reconnaissance. She's also great at dealing with enemy cruisers that are broadsided at close range with her AP shells. Nothing too special, but she can be quite effective at doing so. And of course, she also brings forth some great HE shelling capabilities against against bigger ships and medium ranges. She's very much a gunboat that focuses on dealing at close quarters with destroyers, but can be extended out to further ranges if the opportunity presents itself. Guys, that right there was the Tier 7 British Premium Destroyer, the Cossack. Guys, if you enjoyed today's video, then a backhand of that like button would be greatly appreciated, and let me know what kind of Border Warships content you'd like to see more of in the future. Would you like to see more of this style of video? Would you like to see, you know, more reviews like what I did for the Musashi? And for the, I forget the other ship I did, the Fiji. Let me know what you guys want to see more of in the comment section down below, guys. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in that regard. Once again, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. Peace out, and I'll be seeing you all next time. Have a good one.